Hey, everybody, Tommy G.
Yeah, PJ.
And we're taking a United flight, the only United flight to Midway, which I didn't realize when I picked this. It's like United really did. I don't think United flies to Midway. I'm not sure, but maybe they do.
What are they too good for Midway?
Yeah, Southwest definitely goes there. I think American goes there,
Yeah,
but well, here's right. Yeah, so we're here. We're taking off Colorado Springs,
yep.
Colorado. We're leaving here after, wait. Yes, I'm sorry, leaving here after that last trip. 28,000 feet. I'm all flustered. Taking off. Yeah, it's a shame. We got some hunting done. We're out here. I like the
We
state.
did. I do too. Colorado's a beautiful state. I'll tell you the truth though, my favorite state, and I'm hoping, I don't know, maybe I will live there, maybe I won't, but South Dakota. I
Yeah, yeah.
love South Dakota. That's my favorite state. I just love it there.
It's pretty darn cool. It's pretty darn
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Yeah, and they'll have that pretty soon, I think, for trucks. I would imagine in the next year or two. Going into Midway. This is I've if I've flown anywhere in real life, Midway's the one the most. Hey, we're finally rolling out here. There's the sun sets in the Rockies.
Beautiful. Just the way you want to leave
Yeah,
Colorado with the sun going down on the mountains and stuff. Yeah, wonderful.
clouds draped there.
Yeah, it's gonna be. Oh, no.
We'll come back. We'll come back in the off
Yeah,
season. That's for sure.
yeah. Do some more hunting. That's yeah, definitely,
So
definitely.
now
We had some good luck. We had some good luck out on the range.
we were talking just before we hopped on. So now, what about fishing too? Because we got to do fishing again sometimes.
Yeah, yeah. I was recently hunt. I'm not Call of the Wild. The Angler is celebrating their 2 year anniversary, so they've been out for 2 years now, and they've got a special anniversary event. They've got an island set up with different. All the maps have a booth basically, or a tent as it is, and they have souvenirs and little trinkets from each map. They also have their native foods cooking on the grill, and there's a tapping event that you can do to earn special currency that you can then use in the anniversary shop. So I've already picked up the I'm only here for the grilling T-shirt. So I got that going. They've got fish flops that your character can use. They also get a free grilling outfit, so your player can be dressed in their grilling outfit. And I can't remember what the other thing is. There's two things you get for free. The main goal is to get what they call the balloon, the ball bobber, which looks like a beach ball, but it's a bobber, so you can put it on and use it as a bobber on your rig. So
That's cool.
lots of fun stuff. Yeah, it's kind of cool, kitschy. You know what I mean? I wouldn't
Yeah.
say it's you shouldn't miss it, but you shouldn't miss it. You know what I mean? It's kind of fun. It's kind of a fun, goofy thing, and the tabard when you. What you do to get these coins, these tokens from the different maps is a special for the special event. They've released some of the fish that are native to the different maps, and you fish and you catch them. And as you catch the different fish from the different map, you'll get a token from that map, which you then have to go and do the grilling event. Try to grill up some food to turn that into currency. So
Ah,
yeah, and it's a slider bar, so there's a target, and then your thing slides up and down the bar, and you've got to hit the enter key at the right point, otherwise you undercook or overcook the food. So, and if you do that, you lose your token. If you can hit it, well, then it will transfer. It'll be turned into currency, the anniversary currency.
oh,
So
cool.
it's yeah, it's kind of fun. Like I say, it's a lot of it's kitschy mostly, but
Yeah.
it's kind of cool.
Well, I mean, the last time I fished was when we fished together. And that was a long time ago.
Yeah, yeah.
So at least a year, probably. So yeah, I want to get out there and do it. We did some hunting. Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
We did. We had some good luck. I mean, unlike Mexico, where we went all over the place, and you were the only one. You got that pronghorn. You also got the turkey that I harvested, but yeah. So it was all you in Mexico.
Or in Colorado here, you mean, or no, Mexico?
No, in
Oh, Mexico.
Mexico.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you got the pronghorn,
That's
and
right. Yeah, you got a few things in here in Colorado.
yeah, I did. I had some good luck. Unfortunately, I didn't make a good. There was a beautiful um, bighorn sheep, and it would have been a gold, definitely a gold, but because I didn't get a clean shot on it, it wound up running for too long, and it was only a silver. But man, you should see once I put the video up, when you see the horns on that thing, whew, crazy.
Oh,
But
cool.
I got a couple turkey of my own. I pulled out the Zarza. I got rid of the shotgun. I don't know why. I don't seem to have a lot of luck with the shotgun. Um, ooh, right into the clouds. But
Well,
but
we get
yeah,
behind us.
we had some good luck. What else did you pick? You picked up a mule deer, didn't you?
Yeah, I think I got a mule deer, and yeah, then the bighorn.
And they were both really good size. I mean, I think they were like 400. You got 400 points each for those. So
Yeah, and
each one.
I still feel like I have a real good shot lined up. So I'm always kind of surprised when I take it down, but I guess
Yeah.
I don't know what to see. Anyway, that and fishing. Yeah, so I also want to try the fishing again sometimes. And as we get closer to the off season, and the off season's coming, we got 4 games left, including half of our games are back in Chicago now. We're flying out there right now, so we need to get out to Chicago.
It will be nice to be back in the old stomping grounds and check the place out a little bit. But yeah, we got 4 games left. 2 of them are going to be here in Chicago. So we're flying into town, and by the time we fly out, we're going to have only 2 games left in the season. And 3 of the 4 games are against divisional opponents, Tom.
Yeah, we played these guys twice already, and we ended up on top in both games. But we were a different team back then.
We were much more confident, much more confident, really. I think that's ultimately what it was. We went through 3 games where we were just getting shelled, and everybody's kind of gotten a little shell shock. So we're trying to work our way back. Had a good showing against the Lockhorns here in Colorado. Unfortunately, 1 pitch too many, and it wound up costing us a game. 2-run home run. Took a win away from us.
Yeah, we got some offense too. I mean, we got more offense than we normally did. We had this home run. I forget who this one was. This looks like it's probably, I don't know.
Swindle Heath.
Is this Swindle Heath? Yeah, he did get one, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
And then Fernando Beefy played well.
He did, yeah. I pitched very well.
Yeah, and it was actually, yeah. I mean, we'll talk about it when we start the next game up. But we got out. Right? No, they got out in front. 2-zip. We tied them, right?
Yeah.
Then we went ahead 3-2. Then they tied us, and then they got that last bomb, which kind of. But yeah, here was got the Swindle Heath. Swindle Heath got his 11th home run.
Yeah.
So he's tied for the lead this season.
He certainly is, and he's been kind of dormant for the last couple of games. Again, we had a 3-game skid there where it seemed like it was an anomaly. We just the team didn't do anything right, which is kind of odd,
Yeah, and then we're finally getting it back. Swindle Heath made one of the stars of the game. Brandon Chang got that winning home run. That's why he's the first star there.
Yeah, and it was the situation was like Tommy says, they got out first, going up 2-0 in the first inning, and you're thinking, oh boy, here we go again. But the Ramblers fought back, wound up going up 3-2, and they wound up losing it. I think 4-3. So it was the 2-run home run that really kind of
5-3. Oh no, that's right. That's right. We struggled back. We got one late, and then we got the throw out.
That's right.
Wild pitch they threw it out there. You never know. We could have done it, but yeah, we knew Chang was going to be a problem. We knew Blacksmith was going to be a problem, and we were hoping Swindle Heath to come back in, and he did. He came back in and showed us a little bit of that.
Although, if you look at that, that image again, and you see those 3 stars. Brendan Chang, first star of the game, he went 2 for 3. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
2 for 3. Swindle Heath, second star of the game, 1 for 4.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gustavo Blacksmith, 1 for 3. Again, and I think that's more of a testimony to the pitching. They weren't hitting very well, but yeah, we saw a couple of long balls fly out of the park. So
yeah, both of those ones were 2-run things. So they both tagged 2 on the board, and 6-5. No, 6-5-4. loss. And then I would add one more image to show. Oh yeah, as we climb out over the clouds here in northeastern Colorado, which actually there's good hunting down here. My new hunter simulator 2 I'll take. It's actually north. I think we're gonna pass over it. I don't know if we pass over it before we switch, but yeah, there's like something prairie. I forget what it's called out here in northeastern Colorado, and that's what in Hunter Simulator 2, where I'll do some hunting there at some point in Colorado, as well as the mountains in Colorado. And then there's 2 ranges in Texas. One near sort of near Austin, and the other one down kind of out near El Paso. But anyway, that's a side note. For baseball, I think that's where we ended it, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Yes, what's 16 and 18, 20, 32? Yeah. What? No. 16, 18, 28, 34. Yeah, 34 games out of 38.
Yeah.
So, yeah, 3 games back, but look at that run differential. Negative
Yeah, and
60.
that's what we were saying. That's what's going to sink us in the end. I don't know if, I mean, obviously there's always a chance we can go on a 60-run tear, you know, shut out the next 4 teams and score 60 plus. I mean, there's always an opportunity, but I think it's a long shot. And unless we can catch the Moose somehow and take first place, I feel that we're going to wind up coming down to the end of the season. There's going to be, you know, several more teams that wind up with the same record as we do.
Yeah.
And then, like I say, then it gets to the run differential to determine the tie break, and we really don't have a chance there. So
yeah, in our last 4 games, we got 2 against the Crocs, who are right in front of us. We could make up some ground there. And that we only have 2 losses less than the Moose, unbelievably. So, you know, yeah, 2 against the Crocs, 1 against the Wildcats. 3 of our 4 games are Central Division games. And then we play the second worst team in the league in the St. Louis Sirloins, our last home game. I don't know, you know, I think if we played like we played this last night in Chicago, we stand a good chance against the Crocs.
I think so too. I think we played cautious ball. We stayed within ourselves. I think Beefy threw the pitches he could throw. Everybody kind of did what they had to do, and I think that, like I say, it put them in a pretty good chance, in a pretty good position to win the ball game. So I think if they do that, yeah, I think that I agree with you. I think this team has shown, though, when they're on, they can play with almost anybody in the league, but when they're slumping, they can't beat anybody.
Yeah. That was for. Yeah. Well, now I want to see. Wait a second here. If I bring that back up, that image back up there, the Lockhorns are 18 and 16, Crocodons 17 and 15. Yeah, so we're all pretty comparable. We're all right in there as far as our records go. Are pretty similar, so it's gonna be won't be easy. It's gonna be a challenge.
Yeah, it is, and it's, you know, especially since you look at what the Ramblers have done over their last 8 games. I believe they got an 8-game losing streak going. So, and we've seen some bad baseball over these 8 games, but gotta take it where you can get it. And that last game was a good one. They played pretty well. It really came down to one pitch. There was one pitch that just got away, and probably should have sat Beefy, you know, one batter earlier, and then we wouldn't have had that. But hopefully going forward we can turn it around, and at least let's try to finish it out on a high note and just take these next 4 games. And then if you do that, then it's up to fate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you do what you've got to do, and that is just win the next game in front of you, then like you say, after that, whatever happens. But you've done your best to put yourself in the best situation, and that's all they could do. We talked about it before. They're in a position where they are not in charge of their own destiny. So, you know, they go on a 4-game winning streak and the rest of the teams go on a 4-game losing streak. Well, there's your difference right there.
Yeah.
There's your difference maker.
I think we're out near sort of where that reserve is. It's somewhere down here under the wing, I believe. But yeah, hopefully get to show that. Anyway, Yeah. So that's where we are. I am looking forward to playing Whacker Wheel though.
Me too. I don't think we've been at Whacker Wheel. Like you said, the Crocodons, the only team in the league that we're going to play 4 times this season. We play the teams in our division 3 times over the course of the season. So we'll get one extra look at the Crocodons, and we had them twice, so that's pretty.
Yeah, sunset back there. And we'll talk to you when we're coming down to Chicago. Hey, here we are. Night flight in.
Tom,
Okay, what were you saying a
Tom
couple
talked all the way
hours
through.
for about an
I
hour and a
was,
half ago there, Pete?
I was just saying that I can't remember. So long ago. So long ago, so many old fashions ago, I can't remember.
Yeah, so we play them 4 times this season.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. So, and like Tom said, we took them both times in our home park. So we got to hopefully take them, but I'm sure they're going to look to settle the score, and they're going to want to hold court in their hometown. So
it's kind of neat to consider, like, look at the moon right out there off our wing too. That's kind of neat. Moon over Chicago. I think we're coming in from the southeast out this way. I can't think of where we are. I don't remember if I bring up a map or not, but southwest, I mean. So yeah,
I was going to say southeast.
Yeah, I've been on this approach multiple times coming back from like Las Vegas or something like that. But anyway, oh yeah, here it is. Eggtown. I scroll out. Yeah, there's the Joliet. So we're heading towards Joliet, and then we bend right, and we're gonna head out over like, you know, Blue Island, stuff like that. Make our way in. What's down there? Bolingbrook ish. Anyway.
Go to DPA. Go to DPA.
Just land there. Right? quite a long ways from where we got to play though. But yeah. So yeah. I mean, it's technically possible if you made the playoffs. You know, if both the Crocs and we made the playoffs, that we could end up playing them with regular season and playoffs 7 times in 1 year.
Yeah.
That's amazing to think that it's even possible.
I kind of like that. I wish they would build that into the game where you could start to develop a rivalry with another team. You know, that would be, or you could pick a rival. You know, and that would be kind of cool.
So since we have looks like 18 minutes left, so I thought I'd mention. I know before we were talking about some of the woes that we were having with Super Mega 4. And I think right now, you know, the cautious move is that our plan until anything else happens is we're going to stay the course. And like I said, we got a big fan there somewhere, and you know, the plan is to continue on here at Super Mega 4 next season and all that stuff. But if we run into a bunch more stutters, then I'm not sure what that means. And we'll see if they let anything. But right now the plan is to keep on. But it did have me start thinking, well, okay, well if we didn't, like what options do we have? We talked about the possibility of reverting to 3. So 3 worked very well, and it looked very nice too. I actually think it looks better than this. It's just we don't have all the stadiums.
Yeah.
But then I also thought, well, what if we did, what if we did some other sport? Like football or basketball or something. But part of the challenge is like there's not a whole lot of PC sports games out there. I mean, that EA's got them all, which is fine, and some of them are really good. But they're also really expensive. And I looked at MLB The Show, which looks great. But it's Xbox and PlayStation. You could do it on the PC if you had the Xbox whatever edition, like that was a gold pass or whatever, which is like $16 a month. Like, who wants to pay $16 a month for a game and not own it outright?
Yeah.
So, but I kind of like the fictional aspect of these teams as well. They're not real world teams. But then I thought, Madden 25 looks really good. And I was trying. 2K used to do a lot of really good sports too. They used to have, I think they still do, I don't know if they're doing basketball. I don't know. So I just started taking a look at stuff, but I was
Yeah.
surprised to find out there's not a whole lot of PC sports. I know they gave up on hockey years ago, and I don't know why.
Well, EA Sports is coming out with NHL 25.
Yeah, but I mean, they don't have, not on the PC, you know?
Oh, I didn't know that. No, I know that. I mean, there's been some issues, right? And they kind of skipped a couple years, and
Yeah, I don't think they've done it since '09, I don't think.
yeah. So I'm hoping that it's going to be a lot better. But the other thing I was going to bring up is, the other thing about baseball is it's really cool because it's almost turn-based.
Yes, yeah. It's the best
Which
for us to talk for due to the commentary.
exactly right, because if it's like you say, with the fast break on hockey or in basketball or something, it's hard to kind of
Yeah,
talk that out while you're trying to move and
yeah,
do stuff at the same time. Baseball is perfect for turn-based because, like I say, batting wise, I bat, then Tom bats, and same thing with pitching. He'll pitch one inning, I'll pitch the next inning. So it's very conducive. It's very nice. I mean,
yes.
it works really well.
I'm
And so
loving it.
I'm always up for playing. I love the sports games, any sports
Yeah,
game. So I'm always up for it. But it does present another issue because. Um, I think our commentary will be much better in the baseball than it's going to be on other things. Because I've also talked about soccer. I know you're a big soccer fan, and I don't know much about soccer, but I like playing it. It was always kind of cool to play the video soccer. So, but you were saying it was only one player.
yeah. Well, real quick, while I'm thinking, I think that's Joliet down there. I think so. But anyway, well, no, I mean, I had it on.
That big dark section, that's where
Yeah,
the prison was. No.
yeah. I think you can get like a soccer where you're doing where you're on the same team. I believe you could do that. You might run into some of the same issues you said, sort of like with, as you would with hockey or basketball. I think if I had to think, hockey would probably be the most difficult because it's so fast paced.
Yeah.
Soccer would probably be okay. Basketball could be done. That's why I was sort of like football kind of stuck in my head for two reasons. One is because I think you could commentate, one more than the other. Probably the guy who's not quarterback can talk a little bit more about the play as it was going on. So I think that'd be like the next most doable. Um, and the other attractive thing is it's a 16 game season, so you
Yeah.
wouldn't have like the 38 games to prep and stuff. But I'm looking around. And again, like I said, right now the plan is to just continue next year, take 5 months off, and
Yeah. Well, I've said this is our first season on Super Mega Baseball 4.
yeah,
I'd like to see what the off season is like. I mean, I think it's still not completely clear in my head what the off season's like because there are rookies and then there's free agents, and it just seemed like there was one big pool
yeah,
and you just pull from it. I kind of would like them to go, okay, here's the rookie class. Here are the guys being released from their team,
yeah,
this is the free agent wire. And so you have an okay, I'm more inclined to want to spend a little bit more maybe on a rookie who's coming out, who's young, and I probably could get away with picking them up for a song and developing them over, spending big bucks on an older player who's been released from a team.
yeah. That's one of the things I miss about like other games and stuff like that. So some of the things that are missing that would really make it great would be like if you had a draft, a
Yeah.
rookie draft and stuff like that. If you had trades, actual trades of teams,
Yeah, and that's something I have heard them kind of talk about trades before, so I always thought that was something they were working on.
Yeah, as that would be. I mean, I think it always seemed like the free agent pool thing was sort of a filler until that was figured out. To me, it
Right.
always seemed that way. Like, hey, we got a free agent pool. Oh, cool, cool. It's like the next best thing, and then maybe we'll work this out at some point. Yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's interesting. So I don't think we don't come super close to the city where we're landing at Midway. We'll see it in the distance. We will see the skyline. But we don't come like right down over the buildings or anything like that, which kind of stinks. I think we have a better view going out. Oh, here. but you will see it as we turn, because we're gonna turn, like make a hard left turn. This is gonna be like Mokina or something like that. We're down somewhere over like Blue Island or whatever, but I think pretty sure we're gonna turn left. I think that's probably Cicero Avenue right there, going south below the airport. Ah, that's out of Plater. Yeah, all right, we got the flaps coming down now, so we're there. You go, and we got our landing lights on and such. So yeah, we're about to come down. We got looks like there's 10 more minutes in the flight. What else you want to talk about?
I don't know.
I can't wait to drive again too. I mean, the truck simulator, I'm really missing out. I drove into Abilene, bought a garage. I think I bought it. I can't remember if I bought a truck or not.
I bought a truck. I brought a International LT Sky Sleeper.
Saw.
Yeah, I did. I tricked it out. I got my fishing gear back there. I got everything set up. So, but now that the rewards have been handed out, I got to go get the woolly mammoth. Throw that back there. Yeah, and I still got. I was trying to edit together another Euro truck video. I'm putting out all of the runs I did for the Trade Connections. And this run must have been one at the end of a long day where I've done 3 or 4 drive runs. And yeah, there's just this really long section where I do not say anything. I'm just like, and even at the beginning of the video, I'm like, I'm talked out. I'm gonna try my best, but then there's like got to be at least 10 minutes where I'm like, I don't say a word. Just like,
that's great watching.
Yeah. So I'm trying to figure out a way to punch it up a little bit, make it a little bit more enjoyable. But boy, this one's tough.
Yeah.
But I really like that. You know, I'm also getting to that point where I'm just gonna do a dump and just throw all of it out there and go, okay, clean slate time. You know, there it is.
Yeah.
All the Trade Connections, all the cruising Nebraska. There you go. It's all out there. And now let's start fresh.
Yeah.
You know.
What was I gonna say? This, yeah, for anyone who hasn't actually made the trip in real life, this is exactly what it's like. You know, you're coming into Chicago and you're coming over like a sea of, you know, of constant urban sprawl, and then when you're landing in Midway, it's just you're getting lower and lower and lower, and you're like, where's the freaking airport? You know, because it was an old airport, you know, that was built and mostly used when aircraft were still all props. So, like the largest jets that could fly in are like 737s and A320s. But yeah, you come down over all these houses and warehouses and auto body shops, and all of a sudden there's an airport. You're on the ground. You're hitting the brakes really quick, and then you got to taxi up. It's kind of fun.
Except in the winter, when there's a possibility you'll slide off the end of the runway.
Yeah, you know, that actually happened that one time, right? Yeah.
I think it's happened more than one time.
There's the city. I don't know if you can really see it. Our wing's gonna come down. You'll be able to see it a little bit.
You can kind of see it. Yeah, it's toward the bottom of the screen there now. It's kind of rising up. It's to the right.
Yeah, you'll actually see the runway that we're gonna land on in front of us as we're a little left. We're a little left to center, but there's the airport there. As we line up, hopefully, to catch the glide scope. Yeah, there's Sears Tower. It's Sears Tower, not the Willis Tower.
What you talking about, Willis?
Technically, it's a Willis Tower, but it was the Sears Tower for 40 years or whatever. And I think everybody I know calls it the Sears Tower still.
Yeah, it was funny. I was just thinking about that the other day. I'm like, you know, it's going to be until our generation is gone.
Yeah.
Because we grew up our entire lives, and it was the Sears Tower, and you'd go to the Sears Tower, and you know, take school trips and do all that stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and it's always going to be the Sears Tower. But the next generation, they'll get up, hearing it called Willis.
Yeah. As far as airports, I think I like flying in and out of O'Hare a little bit better. Although Midway is convenient because it is small. It's easy to get in and out of, especially if you got to pick somebody up. Picking somebody up at Midway is super simple for me. Yeah, here you can see we're, you know, like 150 feet over these houses.
Yeah.
And just out the front of the wing there, that's sort of the airport building. And there's a part that crosses the road. And This is Cicero Avenue right there. And there's the wall of the airport right here. And now we're it's crazy.
Yeah.
And
I
yeah,
agree with you. I like O'Hare if you're if you're going somewhere. Because it feels so official, you know, it's
yeah,
so almost like touristy or whatever. I mean, it's like again, it's like the angler. I mean, it's you got to see it. You got to go, and you feel, you know, you feel important. You feel like this is something really cool, you know.
yeah,
But trying to go in and pick people up is a nightmare. It
yeah.
is a nightmare.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you get on the loop and you're just stuck in that stupid loop going round and round. Oh,
And anytime you try to veer over toward the right, the cops are trying to push you away off
yeah,
to the side. It's like, I gotta pick somebody up.
yeah.
That's the
You
whole
can't
point.
stop there. Yes, I
Right, yeah,
can.
yeah. Where am I supposed to get him? It
Yeah.
says arrivals.
Right here. This is
Yeah.
why they built this whole thing right here, so that we can pick people up.
Yeah. But the loop
Yeah.
here at, Midway is much easier. You go around. I mean,
Yeah.
it still takes a while. Once you get near the building, you're kind of stuck in traffic. It's like a little parade as you go past everybody who's standing out there waiting. And then you're kind of hanging back around. It's nice. And the cell phone lot's actually, probably 400 yards from the terminal. So whereas O'Hare, it's like a 20-minute drive, but nobody uses the cell phone lots because if somebody called you, they're like, okay, I'm gonna be a while,
Yeah. I'll be there in a half hour.
All right, what do we got? It looks like we got 4 minutes left because we have
Here's the funny thing.
Yeah.
I haven't been to Midway since they created cell phone lots.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah. The last time I went, they did not have. I was just picking up, though. I was picking up
Well, maybe.
my wife.
I wonder if you'd seen. I mean, because I know it used to be, even the way it looked, it used to be a lot more difficult. They made some adjustments, some streamlining. The building itself looks a lot nicer now. It's probably been at least 10, 15 years since they made the changes, but the way you're talking.
Yeah, it's been probably a little bit more longer than that since I've been there.
Yeah. You might go there now and be like, oh, this is so easy. Tom was
Well,
right.
I'm here now. Hey, look at how nice it is.
Yeah.
All the changes. I can see them. Changes.
Yeah, if we go to Vegas to visit my other brother-in-law, I think we usually fly Southwest out of here. But if I fly anywhere other cheap, it's usually Spirit Airlines, and that's usually out of O'Hare. And I flew American out of O'Hare when I went to visit my friend in Santa Barbara.
We're putting on the dog, huh? Putting on the dog. Heading out.
Flying to Dallas, you would definitely go O'Hare to DFW.
Yeah.
And you could go here, but yeah, we're flying American out when we leave the DFW. It's a morning flight, and we'll see the city off on our left. So
That'll be fun, yeah. See both major airports, Midway and O'Hare.
Yeah, see, to show you the town.
That's it.
It looks like coming at night. This is pretty much what it looks like. The airport's pretty well done, and our fly FS4 here. It's not 100% like it's not like, oh man, it's like I'm there, but it's close enough where it's like, oh yeah, this looks a lot like you saw it in real life. You'd be like, oh yeah, that looks like on the game. Things in the proper location. I even like these when you're gonna cross a runway, the little holding taxi lights, flashing yellows and stuff. That's kind of cool. Anyway, yeah, so we'll be in town for a week, folks. We got two. Oh, here you can see them coming up. Is that or no? Those lights are just switching, aren't they, or are they?
Don't know.
Yeah, these ones right here. It's left, right, left, right, left, right. Almost looks like yeah, because we're crossing one of the runways right here. Hopefully nobody's coming in. Yeah, so we'll be here for a full week against the Crocs, so that'll be cool. All right, what do we got left? We got 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, not really. Just we appreciate you guys tuning in this year. Like we're coming down to the end here. Hopefully, we'll give you something to look forward to for next season. But we appreciate you, everybody tuning in. We picked up a lot of good subscribers. A lot of people reached out and let us know they were enjoying it. A lot of the people, a lot of likes on the games and stuff. So we really do appreciate it. Um, and we look forward to better baseball next season.
Well, yeah, thanks for sticking with us, folks. Hopefully, we win a couple games here. We'll hopefully get to the postseason playoffs with you, and we will see you at Whack or Wheel. Kind of excited for that. So, until then, I guess this is Tommy G grabbing his overhead.
And this is PJ, and we're saying clear the aisle.
Get out of here. That's you. Get out of here.